Um, my parents were divorced at a very young age, and my mother got remarried to my stepfather, who was in the Air Force and was a Christian, and so we started going to church. I don't remember going to church before my stepfather came into our lives, and we started going to church. And I was saved in an old-fashioned Baptist revival in Arizona when I was 9 years old. Grew up. Was always from that point on involved in church in one way or the other. We were always very active all through growing up and in the youth group. Was always with the youth group. Had a lot of great memories of doing a lot of things within our youth group in the different areas that we did. We traveled a lot, being in the Air Force, so I moved from location to location, and in fact ended up in Fort Worth because my stepfather got out of the Air Force in order to attend the seminary in Fort Worth. So that's how we ended up in the Fort Worth area, and met my wife, and we got married very young. We were both in college, and after we were married and we were expecting our first child, we were still in college, kind of working full time and going through. And one of the life-changing events is, we had everything all planned out, and our first child was stillborn, full-term stillborn. So after 9 months, we were expecting a baby, and she was stillborn, and it was a life-changing event for us, being young married couple, and really we had never experienced any loss in our lives. Our grandparents were still alive, our parents were still alive, and a lot of things go through your mind when that happens, and at a young age. And I can remember one of the guys that I was working with was an atheist, and had told me, he's like, I really don't understand people that believe in God, how they get through these things. And that just struck me as so odd. That was like, because me and Marianne, that had brought us closer together as a couple, and also closer together to God. And I told him, I said, I don't really understand how people without God get through these things. And those are the kind of things that we've gone through in our lives that really kind of form who we are in our relationship with God. And we've been members of this church for 16 years, and we've been through the good and the some challenges in life. We've my mother and stepfather both have passed away, and this church ministered to me and my family in a way that I'm not sure I can repay. And on the positive side of that, and it is really a church family here. And with my daughter getting married, it was a great time in our lives. And again, this church helped us through in ways that I hopefully can help serve people in the same way that they reached and touched our lives.